And this clam pie ranked right up there with my
Wow.
top. I mean, and I never, ever, ever would have said, yeah, I want to have a clam pie.
Yeah, yeah.
Pete Lachapelle is a pizza expert who has spearheaded trade shows, conferences, and publications. He's probably had more pizza than I will ever have in my lifetime. He talks about his very favorite pizzas he's ever eaten, including a very memorable clam pie. And this video is sponsored by the Pizza Therapy store on Amazon. As an Amazon influencer, I will be compensated if you purchase through my links. Here's Pete in our informal conversation.
I haven't been to the one in the casino. I went to the one in Fairfield a couple months ago.
Yep.
My daughter and I swung in there.
What did you think?
I mean, it's good pizza. I don't know that. I find it hard to categorize it as its own category, and that may be ignorant. But to me, no offense.
All right, buddy. No, I'm glad you're not saying this in public. I'm going to have to erase it. Recording.
Right. I really don't understand the New Haven style.
Yeah. You know, let me tell you, Pete. Again, Connecticut's my home state. So, but there's a movie. I'll shoot you the link about New Haven pizza, and it really puts it into perspective about what it really is all about. And you don't really get it until you get it. And so New Haven, the fans and the pizza fans they're like nowhere else on the planet, Pete. You know, I've gone to Pepe's, waited an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm not joking, just to get a seat, you know? And so I want to show you this movie. Watch it at your peril. I did a review of it. Actually, Tommy Iannucci and I did a review, and it's kind of cool. So
I think, well, when you and Tommy were on Pizza Therapy, you were talking about. I think you went back into the history of the New Haven pizza.
Yeah, we did. We did I've done a couple of them with Tommy, and this one we reviewed the movie. It's called Pizza: A Love Story, and I'll send you the link, and you can know. Just watch the movie and at your peril. But I mean, let the New Haven pizza fans, they are like, I don't care. You know I've been in New York. There's a lot of pizza places I haven't been to, but been in New York a bunch of times. Nothing.
Well, what do you think is what makes the new? Okay, I know that they cut it in kooky.
Yeah.
I mean that's odd. All right, but that's okay. What is it? Why is it unique to you? What do you think is the?
It's to me. Well, I mean, again, and
to you it looks like pizza from your childhood.
It doesn't. No, let's. I want to be honest with you. No, it's kind of later in life that I discovered that I really got into it. Really, much later in life. My childhood pizza was Greek pizza from New London, and that's its own style, really. If you ever go to New London, you'll have it. The Greeks, dominate the pizza industry there. I'm not sure if so much anymore, but they did, and that was my childhood pizza. And then my dad made pizza, of course. Yeah. But New Haven pizza, for me, no, it's not round. It's burnt. Or they say it's char. And it's a developed taste. I mean, it's very different than anything I've ever had. And for me, again, the penultimate pizza is the clam pie. It's just it just is just incredible.
I had Albert. I don't know if you had heard the name Andrew Bellucci.
Yes, I did. Yes, he sadly passed. Yes, I never met him. I'm sorry.
The story about him is interesting. Well, I ran into. When I was down in Philadelphia at PizzaCon, I ran into, I think his first name was Matt, last name began with a K. And he was Andrew Bellucci's partner when Andrew died in front of the oven.
Wow. Wow.
So anyway, I met Matt down in Philadelphia, and he comes and he introduces himself, and I said, nice to meet you. And he says, I'd really like you to come to my pizzeria. I said, well, and it's down it's in Queens. So
Yep.
it's almost I mean, once you get to New York, then it's another hour just to get through the.
Sure.
It's about 2 hours and 45 minutes from here. And I said, yeah, I would love to come and see your pizza. He says, when? I said, well, when I get home, I'll look at my schedule. I'll figure out a time to come by. He says, how about next week? He says, I really want you to have my fresh shuck clam pie. I said, well, yeah, next week. He says, how about Tuesday? I'll be there Tuesday.
All right.
I'm coming. So I get there. I drive. He says, I call him up and I say, hey, I'm 10 minutes away. He says, okay, I'm standing out in front and I'm holding a parking spot for you. I said, awesome. I get there and I'm saying, Andrew, I don't see you. Where are you? He says, I'm standing right in front. I said, I'm in front and I don't see you. He says, you're in front of Bellucci's. I said, yeah. He says, I'm in front of Andrew Bellucci's. 2 blocks away.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I said, okay. All right. So I drive down. There he is. Matt's standing there and he's parking spot. So I go in. He says, okay, the fresh shuck clam pie is going to be coming out in about, whatever he said, like 40 minutes. He sends a guy up the street to the fish market for a dozen clams.
I love this.
They open them, shuck, clean them, and bring them back. He doesn't want any seafood in his restaurant other than if it's going right on the pizza.
Yep.
So he doesn't have to worry about allergies or anything like that. This pie, I can't say it was a white sauce pie. It wasn't. It was clams. Oh, with a chimichurri sauce, he said.
Okay.
It was one of I can't remember. I can only remember one other one that was amazing.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Nino Coniglio's cheese pie at a Caputo Cup was John Arena and Peter Reinhardt and I looked at one another and said, that is just amazing.
Wow.
That was one pizza. Billy Manzo had a blood orange pizza in Salsa Maggiore that I remember distinctly. And this clam pie ranked right up there with my top. I mean, and I never, ever, ever would have said, yeah, I want to have a clam pie.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. I'll send you pictures of it.
Yeah, I'd love to see him. It's not for everybody. And I remember one of the first times I went to Pepe later on in life. I went with some friends of mine who were real, Pepe's aficionados. And I sat down and fortunately Gary Bamonti was working and he came over to the table, whatever. I had never met him before. We had since become friends. And I said to Gary, what's the story with the clams? Are they fresh? And my friends, Albert, you stupid ass. What the hell are you saying? And Gary said, Albert, come on with me. I want to show you something. This is like, I don't know, 2001, 1999, something like that. And he takes me out of Pepe's around the corner in their parking lot, down the basement, and there's a guy shucking clams. That's all he did. He's just shucking clams anyway.
Yes, let's see if you can see.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. Oh, nice. Beautiful.
Anyway,
Pepe's clam is minimalist and there isn't really even a white sauce. It's a garlic sauce.
The entire clam. It wasn't chopped at all.
Yeah, no.
It was shucked, put on.
That's how Pepe's does it.
There was probably a dozen clams on the
nice.
pie.
Yeah.
It was amazing.